Two legends sit down for a conversation that basketball fans have been dreaming about for years. LeBron James and Steve Nash, trading stories, breaking down the game, and revealing secrets about their legendary careers. But when they asked each other what skill they'd steal from one another, LeBron's answer was so unexpected, so honest, it completely changed how we think about greatness. But what happened next will blow your mind.
The Mind the Game podcast brings together two of basketball's greatest minds. But this wasn't just another interview. This was a masterclass in humility, respect, and understanding what true greatness really means. Steve Nash kicks things off with a question that stops LeBron in his tracks. What year was the peak of your career? Now you'd think this would be easy for the king, right? 4 championships, 4 MVPs, countless records. But LeBron's answer reveals something deeper about how elite athletes think. LeBron chooses the 2017-18 season, not because of championships or awards, but because he felt the most complete as a player. He played all 82 regular season games, never missing a single contest, over 100 games total when you include the playoffs. He could guard all 3 levels defensively, score at all 3 levels offensively, and felt like he had no flaws in his game. This wasn't about accolades. This was about mastery. Steve Nash counters with his own peak, the seasons right after his MVP years in 2005, 2006, and 2007. He talks about having the most juice, the most skill, the most command of the game. But here's what's fascinating. Both of these legends don't measure their peaks by trophies. They measure them by how complete they felt as players. Then the conversation shifts to someone who had his peak stolen from him by injury. A fan asks LeBron about Derrick Rose, and you can hear the reverence in his voice. The youngest MVP in NBA history. One of the most explosive, competitive players LeBron ever faced. LeBron makes it crystal clear. Injuries robbed the world of watching one of the all-time greats. Rose wasn't just a Chicago Bulls legend. He was a legend for the entire city of Chicago. And here's the powerful part. LeBron says there's not one bad thing anyone who played with or against Derrick Rose could say about him. That's the ultimate respect. If you're enjoying this breakdown of basketball wisdom from two legends, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss these incredible conversations.
Steve Nash opens up about his surprising stint as a head coach, and this is where things get really interesting. He reveals something that even diehard NBA fans don't understand. Being an NBA head coach today isn't just about X's and O's. You're basically the CEO of a startup managing 60 people. 15 players, 9 or 10 coaches, 5 people in the video room, 10 on the performance team, plus the entire front office and analytics department. Nash admits he wouldn't pursue coaching again because the management demands were far beyond what he expected. Their big three only played 16 games together in over 2 years, so they never got to see the finish line. But the experience taught him that modern coaching is harder than ever, even with more resources. The conversation turns philosophical when they're asked about lessons from basketball that apply to everyday life. Steve Nash talks about resilience, learning to accept success and failure in the same way, staying with your process, never getting too high or too low. These aren't just basketball lessons. These are life lessons forged in the fire of competition at the highest level. LeBron takes it even deeper. He talks about understanding that nothing happens overnight. Relationships, greatness, success, it all requires daily work and patience. Then he drops this gem about leadership that every parent needs to hear. Leading different players taught him that communication isn't one size fits all. What works to get the most out of one player might not work for another. And he's applied this directly to parenting his 3 kids, Bronny, Bryce, and Zuri. Each child is different, so how he talks to Bronny might be completely different from how he talks to Bryce or Zuri. That's next-level parenting wisdom straight from the king. Here's where the episode gets absolutely wild. They dive into offensive rebounding trends, and Steve breaks down something that's quietly changing the NBA. In 2021, teams were offensive rebounding at 22%. This season, it's jumped to 27%, the highest since 2012. Why? Because teams are shooting so many threes that long rebounds create more opportunities. But here's the strategic genius. Offensive rebounding actually stops transition opportunities. It crowds the paint, blocks the runway for fast breaks, and creates extra possessions. Houston is leading the charge with a 37% offensive rebounding rate, and Steven Adams is grabbing one out of every miss when he's on the court. LeBron jokes you need the whole team plus the bench, coaching staff, and security team to box him out. The episode takes an exciting turn when they discuss Austin Reaves' breakout season with the Lakers. LeBron lights up talking about AR, the confidence, the health, the increased responsibility. Reaves isn't just one of the guys anymore, he's the guy. And here's LeBron's hilarious summary of Austin Reaves' life. He plays golf and he plays basketball. That's it. The dude works hard, clears his mind on the golf course, then dominates on the basketball court. Don't forget to subscribe if you're loving these insights from NBA legends. Then comes the moment everyone's been waiting for. The question that reveals everything. If you could take one skill from the other and add it to your game, what would it be? LeBron doesn't hesitate. He takes Steve Nash's ball handling, that heavy hesitation pull-up off the bounce. The efficiency, the fluidity, right hand or left hand, Nash could get to a spot and pull up from anywhere. For LeBron, arguably the most complete player ever, this is what he'd add to his game. But Steve Nash's answer? This is where jaws drop. He'd take LeBron's athleticism. Not just any aspect of LeBron's game, but the pure physical gifts. The combination of speed, agility, strength, and coordination that allowed LeBron to do things nobody else could do. Scoring, passing, defense, transition, bully ball, driving downhill. Nash admits he can't even imagine what it would be like to move the way LeBron moves. This from a two-time MVP. That's the ultimate respect. The episode closes with a crucial question about playoff basketball. Do you need to master the mid-range to be a reliable first option in the playoffs? LeBron's answer is nuanced and brilliant. You don't have to master it, but you absolutely cannot abandon it. In the postseason, when lanes are packed and defenses take away threes and layups, the mid-range becomes essential. He points to OKC, Indiana, and Jalen Brunson as examples. The analytics might say threes and layups are more efficient, but playoff basketball demands all three levels. Steve agrees completely. Defenses will try to take away everything, running players off the three-point line and protecting the rim. Where's the space? In the mid-range. Very few teams have won without it, and it's an inevitable part of championship-level offense. Finally, they're asked about their most NBA Jam-style on-fire moments. LeBron instantly recalls that legendary playoff game in Detroit, scoring 27 straight points and 29 of the Cavs' last 30 points. He was just 21 or 22 years old, facing a veteran Pistons team that had been to the conference finals multiple years in a row. And here's how he describes it. He had a Bruce Leroy glow from The Last Dragon. He was taking shots he hadn't logged enough hours practicing, but that night, everything was falling. Being in the zone is unexplainable. You just feel connected to the ball, the floor, the net, everything. Steve's answer reveals his selfless nature. His career high was 48 points in a playoff game at Dallas, but they lost. And here's the kicker. In the final 3 minutes with 48 points, he was trying to pass every possession. That's Steve Nash, always playing within the team's needs, never chasing personal glory.
Closing. Two legends, one incredible conversation. LeBron and Steve Nash gave us a masterclass in basketball IQ, leadership, and mutual respect. From Derrick Rose's stolen greatness to the evolution of offensive rebounding, from parenting lessons to that perfect Bruce Leroy glow, this episode had it all. These are the conversations that remind us why we love basketball. It's not just about the highlights. It's about the wisdom, the journey, and the respect these legends have for the game and each other. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and join us for more incredible basketball conversations. Drop a comment below telling us what skill you'd steal from LeBron or Steve Nash.